Okay. You ready?
I've never been more ready for anything in my entire...
And now, another episode of Ask the Experts.
Oh no.
All right. Ow.
You
My
okay?
suit. Yeah, I think there's a pin still in it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yes. Hello, and yes, as the omniscient voice without a body above us just announced, this is another episode of Ask the Experts. It is I, Thomas, and this is... Nope. You have to say your name now.
I'm Joan.
We all know that you are very into motor vehicles.
Motorhead!
Yes, this is why you came to my channel in the first place, to get your weekly dose of motor vehicle knowledge.
Right.
We are here to impart to you our in-depth knowledge of all things cars. But this time we will leave out anything having to do with Pixar. Earlier we asked you all to send in your questions about all things cars using the hashtag ThomasAnswers on Twitter. And now we're gonna answer some of those questions to the best of our ability.
We're gonna answer, Thomas. Thomas answers.
Yep, that's the pun. All right, so, Joan,
Yes.
would you like to take the first question?
Sure, lay it on me.
Lay it on you.
Lay it
all
on
right.
me, Mr. Sanders.
I love you so much.
Love you too.
Please explain horsepower.
Okay, so as a lot of you know, cars run on explosions, combustion, right?
Right.
What a lot of people don't know is that it's the combustion of miniature horses.
That's right.
When you go to the mechanic, they'll load up your engine with a bunch of tiny horses, and they run. And they go so fast that eventually they explode into a ball of fire.
Oh, that's so
It's like-
heartbreakingly true.
It's like a treadmill, right? They're like running and powering it like that. And then that gets your car going, right? That's like neutral.
Yeah.
And then the horses explode and that propels you forward. But don't worry about it because they come out through the exhaust pipe reincarnated as little smoke goblins. And they're the cutest little thing you've ever seen.
As little smoke goblins.
Yeah.
So now we're in a Hayao Miyazaki film.
It's funny, actually, the Lost. If any of you have seen Lost, the smoke monster from Lost is trying to target
Very
the
true.
animal cruelty behind horsepower cars.
Right. Nobody
like-
knew that at the end. Nobody got that
Yeah.
reveal. And so that's why a lot of viewers were very confused by the ending of
They're like, what is
Lost.
this smoke monster? I was like, isn't it obvious? It's an exhaust goblin.
Right. I mean, if anything, it's just explaining the wonder of cars and how we've been able to reinvent life every time we drive.
It's amazing how a show like Lost can have such an overwhelming car presence.
Right.
Without a single
Even showing
car
a car.
being-
Thank you for explaining that. I feel guilty every time I drive. That's why we switched to electric cars.
Yeah, we both drive Teslas.
No sponsorship.
What does the carburetor do?
Ah, yes, the carburetor. That is a word that commonly gets mispronounced. It's the carburetor, and it's basically a machine that emits a slow purring sound that comforts the horses that reside within the vehicle. I mean, there's a lot of animals that actually exist inside the car.
Yeah, they're like mini zoos.
They're mini zoos. Sometimes the horses get a little wound up negatively. And so
purring cats.
when Ford was like creating cars, like we need to comfort the horses.
It's funny because when he first invented the car, initially he called them arcs.
Oh!
Yeah, and-
And then
People kept like when they would write it out, they would accidentally like jumble the letters.
jumble the letters.
And they were called cars. That's where the name came from.
Look at that. We learn new things every day.
Yeah, and then eventually the K changed to a C. Wait, C is arc spelled with a C?
It's spelled with a K, and then it was spelled with a C eventually. The world is fascinating. Why does the car make the vroom vroom noise?
The car itself doesn't generate that noise.
Right.
Something else that
Yes.
Gerald Ford included in the car.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford.
The President Gerald Ford.
He invented cars.
Wow, I've been wrong this whole time.
Yeah, which Ford did you think it was?
Henry?
Nah, it was Gerald. Something that Gerald Ford included in the car when he first invented it. He included a little noisemaker because the early cars didn't have radios.
That's true.
So, and it was just dead silent.
Which was, that could never be a good moment. You know, you got your
The only
mother-in-law in the background, and she's like yapping away, and you're like, I wish I had some Kanye.
The only thing you would hear occasionally is the whinnies of the horses as they exploded.
Oh, and that was that would get
Gerald was
depressing.
like, I can't hear this anymore.
I needed to drown that out.
So he included a noisemaker in the trunk where the spare tire is, and the noise it made, he wanted it to be loud enough to drown out the sound of the whinnying horses.
Right, but not more loud than the carburetor, which would calm the horses.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting balancing act. It all comes back to horses.
What's the make, model, and year of this car? Easy for SPN fans. You are an SPN fan.
Supernatural, yeah. So I would say the year is 2017. That's pretty easy, right? Because that's current year.
The current year right now.
Model, Tyra Banks. And make, I don't know if that's a noun. That's more of a verb, right? So I would say the make of this it's a car. Why do we need keys for cars?
Are they asking about singing?
I probably are.
You need keys in cars so that you're not singing terribly. Because there's other people riding in the car with you.
Right.
So you need a pitch pipe so that you could find the right key.
Yeah.
And so that you can sing on pitch.
How many times have you been in a car and somebody's singing off pitch? It makes transportation unbearable.
Singing a song that you really like I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing the gosh darn door.
We're not here to name names.
And it's like
Shannon. Why are you singing off key, Shannon?
Sing on key.
That's why I'm nervous about the keyless cars. What is the car horn really for?
I don't give a hoot.
You don't give a toot.
Toot toot.
Toot toot.
So after the noisemaker was installed, people couldn't talk to each other. They couldn't be like, Dave, get out of my way. He installed the car horn, which essentially was like, it makes that famous noise, you know?
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that horn yet.
Yeah.
What was that sound?
That was like the original car horn.
Okay, all right, great.
People use it now for like anything.
I love that. Can I hear it again?
Yeah.
One more time? Third time. Great.
It's funny, it originally had a very specific purpose. The original purpose was like, oh, hey, I recognize you. It's Dave. You live in my neighborhood. Please don't do the thing that you're doing right now in traffic because
Right.
I know where you live and I'm gonna make you pay for it if you drive like a jerk.
It was very specific.
Yeah.
Actually, where I'm from, the horn was basically used to say, hey, what you're eating in that car right now looks really good. Do you mind tossing over a little bit to my car? So you go, and then they toss over a bit of your burrito. And then, yeah, I know. It's a cultural thing.
That's so nice.
Only in Florida.
It started as so much more of an aggressive thing.
And now it's more of a community.
Hand over some of that burrito, brother. What's a hub, Cap? I believe they're addressing
Are they calling me Captain America?
Yeah, I believe they're like, Cap?
Okay. So what is a hub? I would probably say that is a nickname that I would give my husband. I don't know how that applies to cars,
Yeah.
but there you go.
We don't want to answer too many personal questions.
Right, let's move on. This is an interesting one. It appears to be very dire. What do I do? My car broke down. How do I fix it? Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they're a little bit on a time crunch, maybe.
Yeah. How long ago was that question submitted?
This was 23 hours ago.
At this point, survival is your main priority.
Right.
You've been stranded for 23 hours. Don't worry about the car for now.
Just-
You need to find shelter. You need to build a fire. You need food. If you're really in trouble, if there's no river near you, you're in a sterile and you can eat the tiny horses. What happens when you let go of the clutch in an automatic car?
All right, so this is if you have a clutch. So a clutch is a tiny purse. So if you let go of that clutch, you drop all of your stuff
You're
that
gonna
you
spill all
had
your
with.
belongings.
I mean, I would just leave all of the items on the ground of the floor so that you can keep your eyes on the road, because that's important. How do trains work?
Train is a well-known pop group. They made the song Soul Sister.
Right.
I think you're familiar with it.
Right, yes, of course.
Can you sing a little something?
Hey, so.
All right, that's enough. You get a series of different instruments, devices that make sound.
Right.
You write the songs out, and you get in front of an audience, and you sing the songs that you wrote. I'm not a big Trains fan.
Get out. It really disappoints me that you do not have drops of Jupiter in your hair. How do you change a tire?
How do you? So like when you're sick and tired of your tire's behavior, it doesn't thank you for cooking dinner. It doesn't thank you for washing the dishes. A change needs to happen. What you can do, you'd have to sit it down. You'd have to have a discussion with it. You could ask it, what am I doing wrong?
Amazing.
What's going on in your day? I don't know if I understand exactly.
What's going on in your gay?
what's going on in your gap. You just have to be patient. You just have to listen. That's the key, really, communication.
Beautiful. It's
and
beautiful.
In time, your tire will change. And if it doesn't, you need to part ways and you need to find a new tire. Unless it was, how do you change your tire? Then you go to your closet, remove your clothing, put on a different outfit. How do you change the oil in a car? And what is the oil actually for?
You use it instead of butter because it'll help the car taste better. And you just change it by probably using a mixture of herbs and spices. Yeah. Which Thomas do you prefer?
Oh, shoot.
Think very careful about this one. You are the expert.
It's actually funny because at one point when before the whole Vine thing was gonna go, I wanted to Photoshop your face onto Thomas the Tank Engine and make it gray and just put your smiling face on Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's been done before.
Yeah, well now. But back then, no one had done it. Which Thomas do I prefer?
Yeah, it's taking a surprisingly long amount of time for you to make a decision here.
My heart is torn because there's my work talking about motor vehicles.
Right.
That's one passion.
That's true.
And the other one, which is my dear friend Thomas Sanders.
Yeah.
I love motor vehicles, dude. That's why I started the show with you.
I get it. I get it.
But
completely.
I started the show with you because I love you.
You know what? That gives me enough solace. I can rest easy with
Quantum
that
of
answer.
Solace.
No, we're
Starring
not.
Daniel Craig.
Yep. You gotta stop doing that every time I say solace.
Why are some gas thingies on the right and some on the left?
Obviously, some cars are left-handed and some cars are right-handed.
And some cars are ambidextrous.
Exactly. They have gas thingies on both sides.
Be careful not to open them both at the same time because if they're both open at the same time and you try and put the gas in, it'll shoot right out the other side.
All the horses will escape.
And as always, we close out each episode by answering a question simultaneously.
Right. We know our stuff so well that
We're
we
in
can.
sync.
We are so in sync. We can answer this perfectly.
Yeah. Question is, what exactly is a new car smell?
We know this,
Yeah.
right?
A
new
new
car
car
smell is when the
the
car
car
is baked in the factory oven.
It
smells like peaches and grandma's fresh baked tuna casserole. That's what that new car smell is.
That's not a common combination. I love Grandma's fresh baked
It's
tuna
so
casserole.
good.
So good.
We look like we're in a Blink-182 music video. What's my age again? Hopefully you all enjoyed that video as much as we enjoyed bestowing upon you our beautiful knowledge of cars.
Yes.
Again, don't take any of our words for this.
It's all misinformation.
Yes, and this is not making fun of anybody who are fans of cars. Cars are awesome, obviously. We both
They run on
have them.
explosions.
They do!
Combustion engines.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
really don't know a lot about cars. That's a problem. So thank goodness for people who are like super
Into cars
into
because
different things. Yeah.
we would be ruined.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to Joan for being a part of it.
You're welcome.
I love you. All of their information is down in the description below. If you're interested in my previous videos, click over here. If you are new to the channel and would like to stay updated, please click down here. And if you're interested in becoming featured Fander, click over there. That's it, and until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out! You're so smart, by the way. I admire your knowledge, and I appreciate our friendship.
Thank you.